In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we're going to be checking out a solution called Modular DS. And this is going to allow you to manage all of your WordPress websites from a single location. Before we dive into the company and the solution, let's quick do a bit of housekeeping for the first look videos. First look videos cover solutions that we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users might experience their product or service. They provide new users with the initial setups, tips, tricks, best practices, if there are any that we can mention, just showing them the experience that we have when we're, onboarding the solution or service for the very first time. They're unedited. We simply hit the record button and publish whatever comes out. These are not official tutorials, although there may be tutorial aspects to these videos. These videos contain no affiliate links, and we are not sponsored or paid to do these videos. If you would like videos like this or other types of videos created for your business, it's very easy to become an InfluenceWP partner for life for free. Just go to influencewp.com/partners. And Modular DS is a partner of ours, and we are happy to show off their solution here. As part of that partnership, you can get an exclusive deal. Go to influencewp.com/deals. All right, let's go ahead and poke around the website, and then we'll get into looking at this solution. So like I said, manage all of your WordPress websites in one space. Let's just see if there's anything that we want to highlight that jumps out. Really cool right off the bat is we see Hector. Hector is a really kind gentleman that I've spoken to a number of times, actually in person, air quotes, if you will, over a video call. Very, very kind gentleman, very passionate about what they are doing. So that's easy to see. Let's check out support. Let's check out their about page. What else? They have an affiliate program if that's something you're interested in. If you're coming from another solution like ManageWP, or thinking about, maybe you are coming from a solution like ManageWP or MainWP or another player out there in the space, and you want to see how this stacks up, or if you have an agency and you're just trying to, figure out what solution is best for you, maybe reading one of those comparisons is the way to go. So they've got, looks like what they call the Modular Academy. So a really nice help center here with frequently read articles and whatnot. They've got a nice chat button down here and a send an email CTA. So easy to get a hold of them, it appears. And they also have a chat down here, if you see that chat window in the bottom right. So I always like to look at the about page, and this is amazing. Putting faces with names, establishing that trust between the vendor and the client, this really helps with that. So a very personable team. If the team's anything like Hector, then really awesome stuff. Okay, so that all looks good. Let's go ahead and get rolling. You know what? I'm gonna actually leave the screen open. Let's go ahead and leave the main website open in case I need to reference it for anything. And let's see how to get started. And let me get logged in on my other screen. Should have done that before the video, but here we are. All right, so we are logged into the InfluenceWP account. And what do we do next? I would think the very first thing we need to do is poke around some just the regular settings and then maybe add a website. Really cool. I've got a link right here at the top right where you can talk to Hector, the founder. So very accessible, in other words. That is a really cool thing to see. I'm going to click on, I prefer dark mode, and it looks like we have the option to set that. Super cool. All right, let's go over here on the left-hand side, and it's just me doing this right now. So there's no real team, but it looks like you can add a team. My team, let's just call it IWP. If I were to have some team members, this is what we would do potentially. Let's go into that. What can we do with the team? So maybe you can assign websites to a team specifically. So you can have multiple teams within your organization or whatnot. Maybe white label some stuff. All right, let's go to notifications. All right, custom notification settings. Let's go ahead and create a setting. So you can give these setting configurations names, Uptime Monitor, backups, connections, reports, vulnerabilities. Okay, so this is general stuff. So let's just call this IWP settings. Let's jump over to step 2. You can apply it to specific websites. That's really, really cool. Okay, let's go to the next. So you can apply your notifications to specific groups of websites or particular individual websites. Delivery. All right, choose who gets the emails. You can do SMS if you want to do that. That's really cool. Let's go ahead and skip the SMS for now. Save. So that's really cool. So fine-grained notifications. So I could see that coming into play. Like maybe you have different tiers of website care packages, and your top tier gets, the highest, the real-time response. Like, hey, your website went down. Like we're on it. Like in a second or two, that kind of thing. Whereas like a lower tier plan is like maybe a 15-minute response time for things. Obviously, if the website is down and that sort of thing, maybe you want that to be immediate, right? But maybe you have some different levels of service that you provide, and that's where those notifications could, those granular notifications would be a really, really cool thing. All right, let's go to settings. So we can white label the plugin. So let's go ahead and activate that. So if you're just doing websites for yourself, like maybe you're managing 5 to 10, 15, 20 websites for your own business, and you want to run those under Modular DS, the white label is not really needed. But if you're doing this, for whatever other reasons you want to do white label, there's a number of reasons. Maybe you just want, instead of showing Modular DS as the name of the plugin, you want to have it show the name of your agency, for example. So let's just do IWP website care. Plugin description: we help your website thrive. Okay. Author's name, you could put IWP or InfluenceWP. You could put the URL for InfluenceWP. Okay. And then that's cool. Over here on the right-hand side is showing you how you're building that plugin to look when you look in the plugin table. Let's go ahead and save our changes. Let's go to domains and emails. Customize domains. You have not added any custom domains. Add a domain to be able to change the email address to send your reports. Okay. So let's go ahead and click add domain. Let's do influencewp.com. Add. Okay. They're going to give you the DNS records. That's cool. So plug those into wherever it is that you host your DNS settings, manage your DNS settings. Email address from which you are sending. So then you'll plop in that vanity domain email in there, and you should be good to go. Okay. We'll go ahead and roll with the Modular DS domain for now. So Google accounts, let's see what's under there. You have not connected any accounts at a global view. Add one or more to be able to share it across different websites and facilitate the process of connecting. Oh, okay, so this is for the analytics and search console stuff. So you'll go ahead and click on add your account, authenticate with the account of your choice. We can go ahead and do that now. So we'll go ahead and authenticate with the InfluenceWP account. We'll just go ahead and enable all these settings. Obviously, in a typical scenario, you would want to read through all of this and see what information it is that you want to share and make those decisions. I'm just going to go ahead and blow through that. Okay, so those are in there for now. That looks good. All right, what else? What else do we need to do? Users, what's in here? Looks like they're labeling that as a new feature. So we can invite users. Let's just do Oh, so you can do roles here. Okay. So owner, I'm already the owner. So then you could have individual other admins. That's cool. So then they give you like a breakdown of what these permissions actually do. Collaborator. Very cool. Assign them to specific teams, specific websites. And then we've got a viewer. Okay. So let's go ahead. We'll close this. Just know that that is there if you want to do that sort of thing. A really nice quick access link there to view the change log. Let's go ahead and do that. Then there's a link here to the public roadmap. Looks like it's trying to load something, but it's not loading something. Let's go over here. So they've got what looks to be a public Trello board for their roadmap. So they've got a lot going on here, which is good to see. Oh, here we go. So here it loaded. So the change log loaded in. We've got an update on 1/22, so January 22nd, another one on January 3rd, another one in December. So they are active. Oops, I did not want to close that. Let me open that back up. Close. There we go. Okay, so let's get some websites going. Let's go. My websites. Let's connect a website. And let's put in, can we just download the plugin? Can we do that? Connect your website. All right, we'll just do it this way then. Okay, so we've got our URL in there, and we'll just put IWP is the name of the website. We'll do actually sandbox, IWP sandbox. Add to an existing team or add to a new team. That is cool. Let's go ahead and just roll forward with this. All right, what do we do now? Automatic. Modular will not share your credentials, URL, admin. Okay, so you can put in their credentials. Let's go manual. So this is where you can download the plugin. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to pull this over to my other screen. I'm just going to authenticate right here, and we'll see what happens. Let's see if I can find my credentials. So I use Bitwarden for credentials, and they had a recent update where it's a little bit harder, it seems, to fill in your passwords. Maybe it's just me. All right, so we are now connecting. But as we saw on that previous screen, we could download the plugin, and if we needed to, for whatever reason, and then authenticate that way. Plugin activated. We're preparing the connection. Your website is connected. Go to dashboard. All right, cool. So let's go back over to our website, and we're just going to refresh it and see what happens. There we go. So we now see that white label is in there. That's all good. And if we, click this link, it should take us to our website, and it does. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, so overview. What do we want to see here? So we can tag it with whatever we want to tag it. We've got our WordPress version. It looks like we've got a bit of like status. So we've got like a smiley face and some green boxes. That means we're kind of good to go. One of the later versions of PHP, so we're good. The latest version of Modular of their plugin, I'm assuming that's what that is. 1.10.2. Let's go back to our plugins. Yeah, so that's what that is. Critical errors. Let's go ahead and click on that. Let's see what we got. So that's going to take us to our health status. We've got some inactive plugins is telling us, and then it's really not liking the fact that the site is not indexed by search engines. Okay, so this is a sandbox site that is intentional. Okay, so we are good there. Critical errors. Your website is not public. So this is a really nice touch to let you know that your site is not being indexed, but that is exactly what we want for a sandbox site, is to not be indexed. Down here, what do we have? Site status, security. So some nice warnings, and Some nice helpful information. You should remove inactive themes. Your database is the prefix. Okay, so just some nice information here. We've got some performance stuff. Really, really nice stuff. Okay, site information. All kinds of stuff for you to dig into there. You could look at um, your PHP version, your data, what type of database you're running. I'm assuming, yeah, it shows us that we're on MariaDB and things like that. So some really nice information about your website, any vulnerabilities that you might be experiencing. Then we've got here, last check. Looks like you can kick off a manual check. Let's go ahead and click that. Checking now. We're checking the status of the site. This may take a few minutes. So it's a way to like refresh your dashboard, if you will, and see what's going on. All right, let's go back to the overview. We checked out the critical errors, configure backups. So I'm right here. Backup mode. Choose the backup mode you want for your backups. The new mode allows for daily incremental backups. Okay, yeah, let's do some incremental backups. WordPress folders, locations. Let's just roll with the default. Elements to include. Let's just do all tables in the database and all files in WordPress. So we can exclude tables and exclude files if we wanted to. Recurrence. How often you want to run these backups. If there's no additional cost, I would run them daily. It depends too. Like, depends what you want to do. Like you want to have multiple backups, right? In different sources. So maybe your host does it as well. So let's say like as part of your website care, you're providing website hosting and they have a really awesome backup system too. So you just want to, those two work in tandem, right? And you want to think about the scheduling and whatnot, and just make sure that you always have at least two sources to restore from. Okay. So it looks like you can get really fine grained here. Set, when the backups occur, obviously you don't want those backups colliding. So if you have multiple backups, you want them to work in tandem and cooperating, if you will. My approach has always been doing it at the server level and then at a management tool level like Modular DS and having those two. And then obviously test those backups to make sure that you can restore them successfully from time to time. Put that as part of your SOP, your schedule. Make sure you can restore your backups. Okay, backup retention. You can choose 2 weeks, 30 days, 45 days. Okay, let's go under and expand expert configuration. Settings for experts only. Okay. Yeah, you can really get fine-grained into here. So we're going to skip all of that for now, but just know that that's in there. Yeah, those are definitely some advanced settings. Let's go back over to, let's save this first. Oh, save and schedule. Okay, let's click that. Obviously, you want your backups to run on a schedule. Automate that. You don't want to be doing that manually. Okay, save and schedule. So that's going to, the way that this is set up now is it's going to run daily and incremental. It's going to run a full backup on Mondays. And this is the time and so on and so forth. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. So it looks like we've got a section here where our updates are available for plugins, themes, and then core WordPress core. Looks like you can install a plugin right from here, which is a really, really cool feature. Install from a zip, use AI. That's interesting. Install from a URL. So what is this? This is interesting. This is very interesting. Wonder where this comes from. Does this come from the repo? I'd have to check that out. So if we go to plugins and add new, that is interesting. So is it pulling from, it looks like it's pulling from the popular tab of the WordPress repo. So Elementor, Contact Form 7, Yoast, and Classic Editor. Yep, that's what it's doing. Okay, that's cool. That is a cool feature. All right. Describe the functionality. So AI, let's see what that does here. Please create a plugin that sorts WooCommerce orders by customer email address. Oh, so this is done by plugins. All right, let's do search. I've heard of that name before. Plugins, cutting edge. Yeah, I've seen this before. I've not tinkered with it, but I have seen this before. So that's interesting. So it's just discovery. So okay. That is really cool. Okay, so it's just helping you discover plugins. I thought for some reason it was going to create a plugin. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's go back, close this. So really, really neat feature there. So that's how we would install a plugin. Here's our analytics. We can connect our Google Analytics if that's something you want to do. Expand the details. So this is going to be our performance metrics hooked into Google PageSpeed Insights. Looks like we can run a test from this if we want. This is a sandbox site, so we're not going to do it. It's not going to be any valuable data, but it's just showing you that is possible in there to do it right from this dashboard. Connect Search Console down here. So then you have your Search Console at the ready versus having to sign into the individual Search Console dashboards. What's this up here? I'm seeing a task button. Okay, create additional task. So if you're doing work on behalf of a client, then you could document that, and I'm guessing that will show up in the reports. All right, so what else do we have here? We have a note. Okay, so we can add notes about the website, the account, customer, whatever you want to do. Looks like we've got a quick link to get us over into the WP admin of this site. Yep. Create report. So we can create a scheduled report or a timely report. What's the difference here? Obviously, scheduled report is scheduled. Timely report. Once created, it is generated only once. Okay. It will not be generated on a scheduled basis. All right. So let's go ahead and click the scheduled report. Report name, language, hour format, date, yada, yada, yada. Report dates. How often do you want to send them? When do you want to send them? Put the logo of your client in there to give it a nice personal touch. Put your logo in for your own branding so you stay top of mind and all that good stuff. Let's go next. Okay, let's do IWP client so we can proceed. Let's add an image. I don't think I have any images in here. Let's do this. It's fine. Okay, so we get into here and we can do a welcome message. And then here it looks like you can choose which sections you want to be in those reports and which ones you don't. Okay, you can include Uptime Monitor. We haven't set that up yet. Backups, analytics. So it shows that we are pinning our connection with Google Analytics. We haven't set that up. We haven't set up Uptime Monitor. Search Console, we haven't set that up. And then additional tasks. So that's that we showed you just a second ago, where that will appear if we manually say, hey, we've done these tasks and this is how long it took us. Just so you can show the client you've been working on their behalf. Final message. So wrap up that. Let's go ahead and click next. Send by email. You can choose the recipients, adjust the message, adjust the address you're sending from, adjust the reply message, and we'll just save this as draft. So anyway, very powerful reporting, obviously. All right, so let's go back to what else do we have? Activate Uptime Monitor. Let's go ahead and do that. And that is turned on. We need to configure it. You can set the interval. Consider website is down after however long it is, that threshold is. And then the intervals, how often to check. How often do we check for the availability of your website? So let's say every 15 minutes, Modular DS is going to go out and say, hey, InfluenceWP, is your website up? And then consider when it does that check based on the time we set here, that's how it's going to determine if it's up or down. Keywords, your website will be considered down when a check does not show. That is really cool. So if you have let's say on your homepage, you have some sort of a keyword, you could say, hey, if let's say that keyword only appears on your homepage. So you could say, hey, if that's another signal that the website is down or it's broken, something on that page is broken. So it's not displaying the text properly. You could say, hey, let's trigger that. That is super, super cool. SSL monitoring, I definitely would do that. When do you want to receive the notifications? I would definitely put that as far out as you can. Put it out as far as you can to where you're actually going to act on it. You don't want to do 1 day before your SSL expires. At least I wouldn't. Because what if you're on vacation or something, climbing a mountain that doesn't give you enough time to act on it? So maybe 7 days at a minimum. Oh, so you can do multiple as well. That's pretty cool. I would definitely do that. I would just set them all up, start getting notified 30 days out. And then again, 14, and then 7, and then 1. And then notifications, it's going to come out by email. Let's view the configuration. Okay, so that's the notifications that we already went through. What else do we have here? Let's save our changes. Let's go to activity. So this is all the activity on the website. Uptime, downtime, SSL information, activity changes. Cool. We already went through the backups. So under metrics, we've got analytics and search console. Once we connect all of that stuff, we talked about the backups. We've got the reports. Health and safety, we went through that. All right. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that about covers it. We can sort here by our tags. We can sort or display by a list or a grid. It's beautiful. The design is really beautiful. Let's see what we have in here. So just like a really quick look here so when you sort it by like this table view, we get a quick look at the performance, and then quick look and see if there's any updates or errors going on, backups. This is really nice. Click on those 3 dots. We can just like a really quick, it's basically like a right click menu. Can you right click on this? Oh, that's cool. So you can right click on this too. Very, very cool. I'm assuming that once you get other websites in here, and there's a search box up here too to do a quick search of your sites. I'm assuming that once you have multiple websites in here, you could filter by certain things. I'm assuming. Hector, you can let me know that, and I can add it to the video description of this. And I have all the confidence in the world that if I was to click this talk to Hector button, that he would answer that question for me. But I don't want to add extra work for him right now because I know he's busy running a business, right? So here's our update manager section. So now we're kind of like out of the individual website section. We're back out managing multiple sites at once. Okay, here we go. So this is where we could, yeah. Okay. Yeah, duh, that's a brain fart. So when you're in here, this is where all of your sites are going to live. And this is where you would do the filtering and whatnot based on certain criteria. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show. I think that's good. If you've ever used any management tool like this to manage multiple WordPress websites, this is gonna seem very familiar to you. Whether it's Manage WP, Main WP, WP Umbrella, all of those, those top players, this is going to feel very familiar to you. And you got to make a decision, which one you like best, which team you think is going to support you the best, which tool is going to support you the best. Maybe you're going for simplicity. in the dashboard, responsiveness of the team, how often the change log, how often they're updating things, like what's the roadmap look like, how accessible is the team and support, and how open they are to your suggestions and things like that. And I'm pretty confident, based on my discussions with Hector, is that they listen to anyone and everyone as far as their customers go and potential customers. Yeah. Very cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I've done it a bit of service. Yeah, definitely check out Modular DS. And again, if you're interested in having videos like this created for your product or service, it's absolutely free to become a partner of InfluenceWP. Just go to influencewp.com/partners, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.